Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Eddie Marcus here again. Today I spent a great portion of it thinking about being happy. How wonderful it is, happiness. I remember a time when I felt I was truly happy. And as I thought back on those times, I found myself kind of young and kind of void of major responsibilities. I spent my time working, having some money in my pocket. Not too concerned about what's happening around me except that which I wanted to be around. And that involved, with that extra money, riding good, looking good, going out to parties, hanging with different ladies. And as I can recall, at the end of the night, I felt good. The next day, I felt good. And when I started thinking about when I stopped feeling good, when I stopped feeling happy, it's when I finally saw the light. I saw a way of life that all of the people could experience it, and out of it, their dreams seemed to materialize. I saw that. And then it got my attention. I wanted not just to see that in imagination, but I wanted to see it in real life. I recognized that this was something that we, the people, were not too familiar with. And so I began to go out and try to share this vision with them. And this was over about close to 35 years ago. And since then, I have found all kinds of things. People who said they had been interested in that kind of stuff, who was supposedly was responsible for taking care of that kind of business, were no longer interested in this business. Found out that the people who were hurting the most as victims of the system really didn't want to do anything about it. And it just tore me up to realize that this is the kind of world that I was living in. And it robbed me of the joy. It robbed me knowing that people were abused and didn't know what to do. And if you shared with them what to do, they rejected it. It just took away my joy. And I began to be frustrated and angry at people who talked as if they knew and acted as if they were dumber than anybody else. It just frustrated me to the max, and that joy, whatever I had, was gone. But I realized that the vision that I have is my vision, and it was good enough for me to want it. I realized that. And being good enough for me to want it, I did want it. And upset when it did not materialize. 35 years. Want my joy back. How can I get my joy back? Recognize that my joy comes from within. It's not what somebody can give me. It's what I give myself. So I appear to be in a position that I must forgive myself for anything that I've done to turn off my joy, to turn off my being happy, and turn it back on. And that's recognizing that the world is the way it is, and I can speak not only in the problems but in the solutions, and recognizing that I can find myself in positions that I have to do what my vision tells me to do in resolving it, but not being upset at others. Maybe I can get some joy back. Maybe I can get some happiness back in my life. Because over these years, it has brought me to a point of just aging, not accomplishing anything. As if God is going to love me more for this suffering. I want my joy back. I want my happiness back. Be happy.